Okay, it's the first time in 6 years that I don't say good evening, everybody. This is Barbie. Well, I just said it because it was so natural. Barbie Kalev. Um, this is our first team call ever at, I believe, at 2 p.m. Central Time. So it feels a little weird. Sometimes we get into the habit of doing things. I just always, as a leader of the empire, I did the team calls at 6:30 p.m. It used to be on Sundays. I moved them to Mondays. And I just realized, you know what? We can do them at any time. I'm the boss of me. You're the boss of you. And if you're not, eventually you will be. So a lot of people will be able to hear the recording. So we have a special guest, but before I introduce her and get to the fun topic, I'm so excited about this topic. I just wanted to do some recognition. So we officially, first of all, we haven't gotten on since we had the big news. Our team, and it is our team, we are officially a superstar team. So that is freaking, yay. That is freaking awesome because you can make that claim now. You can now say each 27,714 of you can say that you're part of a superstar team. And that's probably a different team call, but I can tell you that it just took a decision, a lot of freaking work, and amazing teamwork. It wasn't about me. I could not have done this without the team and each of the individuals that made up that 15 star, because it was really up to them, to make things happen. So just amazing teamwork. And I hope that in achieving that we've paved the way for you guys to do it. Now it's your turn. So here are some of the recognition, just top producers: Wayne Wyatt, Amy Silverman, Josh Spencer. Nice to see different names I don't recognize. Jen Thompson, Elizabeth Gaines, Garland Woodard, and he likes to be called Woody. Barbie, that's me. Todd Warren, Meredith Ganau, Ashley Crumby, Stacey O'Leary. All these names I don't know. Lisa Roger, Veronique Chiason, Shauna Kabatu, and Monica Perotti. Way to go, guys. That just means that these people are helping other people with getting started with their fitness. And then the top team builders: Mandy Hutchinson with 6, Danielle Lichtag with 6, Sheridan Holt with 4, Shanna Huddleston 4, Michelle Hamilton, Amy Silverman 4. Sometimes she has like 20 something. Tiffany McFadden, Stephanie Scrobot. You guys are messing with these names. Scrobot, Rosa Friesen, Kim Cantola, Jennifer Friesen, and Brianna Headley. Congratulations, you guys. That is awesome. Just remember to, I'm just saying in general, just remember to train your people. All right, so we have a special guest. So excited. Her name is Mary Bauer. She is a diamond coach, and I'm going to let her tell her own story. Her topic, she is actually inviting using scripts. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And let me just say, she's been a coach for 5 years. She is a diamond coach, which makes you think like, shouldn't she be somewhere else, further along? But that's just your story in your own head, because I know there are other people that are out there and they're like, wait a second, I'm diamond, I should be here. You're exactly where you need to be. So one thing that I will say about you is that you have been in Success Club for 20 months in a row. Once you made that just gave me goosebumps. Once you made that decision to make stuff happen. So take it away, Mary. We have about 30 minutes and we can take a little bit longer if we need to, but just tell us a little bit about yourself. You've been a coach for 5 years.
Yep. Awesome. Thank you so much. So yes, I've been a coach for 5 years. That used to bother me that I'm only a diamond at 5 years, but a lot of it was decisions I made, and I'm like, I am where I am for a reason, and I'm so proud of all the work that I've put in now, and it's helping people and showing that Success Club 20 months around, helping people. And so I'll get to my goals when I get there, but it's those daily activities, and it's going to get me there. So a little bit about my story. I started as a coach, just as a discount coach, because I was like, oh, I want to try the Shakeology thing. Oh, I can get a discount. Cool, I'm going to do that. Signed up under my coach, Carly Brown, who was just a friend of the family's, and I was doing Insanity. I was in grad school, and I was like, hey, I wonder what this coaching thing is. So I decided I'm just going to start doing stuff, and I was very, very salesy when I first started back in the day, And I did hit, I think, diamond, I think after 6 months into my business. But and I kind of was on and off with things going through grad school, not really knowing what I wanted to do with this business. And things kind of fell apart for me. I didn't train my coaches well. I didn't have a system. I didn't really have a niche market. I was just kind of whatever. And so we moved to Phoenix, Arizona from Idaho. And I kind of lost who I was. We were in a new house, a new job. I was pregnant with my first daughter. I was a math teacher at the time, and I just didn't know how to handle a business too. So I actually quit working out while I was pregnant, and I kind of just let my team fall. I lost a lot of really good leaders in the process because I wasn't there to mentor them. But then after my daughter was born, I was about 4 months into that school year and realized, hey, I love teaching, but there's something else that's calling me to be home right now. And I need a way to be able to be a stay-at-home mom. And I need something not just for financial reasons, but I have a brain that needs to be used. And I can't just sit at home and play with my daughter all day, although I love her, and I love those stay-at-home moms that can do that. I needed something to call my own that I can put my passion into and help people with. So I told my husband, you know what, I'm gonna make this coaching thing work, and I'm going to do what I need to do to make it so that I can stay home. And so I worked long hours. Okay, I'd get home from work, I'd feed my daughter, play with her, family time, and then I'd stay up till 11 o'clock, midnight, 1 o'clock while I'm working full time. And it was crazy.
It's Carl Deichler calling me again.
Oh my God.
That is so crazy. I can't pick up right now. Oh,
that's awkward. You should send him a text.
I'm going to send him a text. That is so funny. That is so funny. Okay.
I love it. Anyways, okay. So I decided I'm going to do whatever it takes to make it so I can stay home. So a few weeks ago was my first official year's full-time being stay-at-home mom. I completed my full-time year off, and it was great. And I've grown so much. And part of the reason I've been able to grow so much and finally create a team of coaches that were like me, that have been successful, is no longer random scattered people, but coaches that are hitting Success Club, coaches that are helping people, challenge groups that are actually successful, was because I started to develop systems that I could use and replicate, duplicate, and share with my coaches. And that's kind of where the scripts and all of that kind of came in. And me just being a teacher, and I have an engineering husband, and so I'm always about efficiency. How do I make this work? How do I communicate my heart to people in a way that lets them know, I'm really out here to help them, but I can do this in an efficient way that's not keeping me on the phone, on my phone all day with my daughter, at my legs. So do you want me to just jump straight into?
Yeah, if you can share your screen. So you guys, okay, I sent him a message just saying I'm leading the team, I'm helping lead the team call. Can I call you back? That is so awkward. But anyway, can you share your screen from your end?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, because I saw Mary's scripts and I'm like, oh my gosh, they're so good. It's not rocket science. I love them because they're truly about just connecting and being real. And it sounds like there's another person on the other end. And I know that you guys struggle with feeling like a robot a lot of the time. So go ahead, just take us through this process.
So basically, what I'm telling my coaches every day is you need your 3 friend requests a day, 3 new people on Facebook that you're connecting with. So then it's okay, then I get my 3 invites in every day. Well, how do I go out and invite these people that maybe I'm just kind of developing relationships with? My coaches were really struggling on how do I start those conversations with people without coming across as salesy. So I kind of came up with 4 different situations of people that you might run into, different situations you're in with people, and how to invite them. So my first one, really super simple, is somebody who's been liking your fitness posts. And this is one of the reasons we're consistent on social media, because it gives us people who we can talk to. So people who like your workout photo of the day, they like your Shakeology post, they like your posts about challenge groups and how you're sharing about Transformation Tuesday and all those kind of things. Anything to do with the coaching opportunity, all those kind of things are a window and an opportunity for you to go talk to people. So I will message people who maybe liked my workout photo of the day. Hey girl, or say their name. It's been a little while. Your little guy is getting so big. What have you been up to lately? So I'm connecting with them. And I thank them for liking my workout photo for the day. I say it's not always easy to share that stuff, and I really appreciate the support. And I kind of let the conversation go from there, and we might get into conversation about health and fitness right off the bat from that kind of post. And then I'm able to just listen and ask questions. And if they kind of share, oh yeah, I wish I could work out, but I never seem to have time. And like, I'm listening to them and I'm asking questions to develop that conversation with them. And then at some point in that conversation, I will kind of say, well, you know what? I've been there. I know what it's like. What really changed for me was, and I just kind of explain my challenge groups, the accountability, and what it did for my story. And I say also, it's not easy being pregnant and with a toddler, but this group and this accountability and the support. And I'm not talking about the Beachbody products as much because, again, what I tell my coaches is people don't really care how they get in shape. They care that they get in shape. And if you can paint this picture in people's minds for them of a way to actually succeed and reach their goals, and if you can kind of paint that visual for them, they're going to go with you. Okay. So I'm talking about the support and accountability that I've gotten in my challenge groups, and that starts to paint a picture for them of success. And I say, hey, I've got a group coming up this month. If you'd be interested in joining us, stress reliever, get healthy, and have the support of other moms who understand the craziness. And I always end with a question mark. And that's a great way to invite them. Yes.
Okay, no, go ahead. And then I have a question. Go ahead.
Okay. And then sometimes the conversation, they'll like really straight up just ask me about the group, or they'll ask me like what I do for a job. No, that's the next one. Okay, never mind. You can ask me my question. I got distracted.
Okay, so let's go back to they like your posts. And then you jump in, and I actually love the hey girl, and because it's just like your old friends, as opposed to like dear Dana,
Yeah.
So that's number one. I love that. And how often? Because I think a lot of people get crickets, and then they're like, oh, it didn't work. How often do you get a response? So out of 10 messages that you send, how often do people actually respond to you?
It's definitely that like 20%, 30% rule. So if you're sending out 10 messages a day, 2 or 3 of them might respond. And that's why it's like, seriously, you have to do it consistently. So if you do it, Monday through Friday, you're sending out 15 of those total a week, then that's 60 a month. And if 10 or 20% of those people respond to you, you're in conversation with 12 people. Yes, I did math in my head.
I know, me too. I'm like, I just did the math. So that's 12 people.
Yeah.
And out of those 12 conversations, how many of them turn into challenge packs?
When I'm doing invites, it's really, for me, like, again, the more I'm adding value to my Facebook and people see me, like my results are going up. So if I'm talking to people, maybe 5 out of the 12 will turn into a challenge pack sale. When you're a newer coach and you're just starting to develop your story, a lot of your one-on-one stuff has to be more personal and a message. But that's why I'm more, vulnerable on social media, because people already trust me by the time that we're in a conversation.
Oh my gosh, totally. Because I haven't checked out your Facebook page, but you guys, the next step would be after this call would be to go to Mary Bauer's page. If you can post your link or just post something in the assembly call so that people can follow you. Totally. Like I have people writing to me like as if they already know me.
Yeah.
And it's their first message to me. And it's like, they're like, okay, Barbie, I got a message like this yesterday. Like, I don't know who else to talk to about this stuff. And then, I'm having autoimmune disease issues, and I have like some stuff going on with autoimmune. And then we were talking about like pooping and not pooping and like, just like we were friends, but this is because you present yourself as real. And so Nikki, I see that you're on this call, and that's why I told you, she was posting, she's doing great posts about Beachbody and about coaching and working out, Shakeology, but it was all like Beachbody, 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 right? So she had made this comment about like someone not accepting her friend request or following, whatever. But it brought me to the point that, you know what, when sometimes people don't want to follow you because they just don't want to follow you, right? Or they don't want to be friends with you because they don't want to be friends with you. But sometimes it is feedback that maybe you're doing something that is not appealing to people. And so I went on Nikki's page and I saw it was Beachbody, Beachbody, Beachbody. And now Nikki's posting about like her children, about birds, about her, just little things in nature. Just I'm getting a glimpse of who she is. And I'm totally like, you see me liking your posts, and it's not just because you're my coach. It's because, well, you're popping up more on my feed because I'm liking your posts, but it's also because I'm liking your posts more because I'm actually interested in what you're saying. And so you're popping up on my feed more. So that's what you want to create with prospects out there. You want them to, I don't mean to take over the call. Like you want to connect with them, right? Connect with them. And that's what's happening for you. So, okay. So out of these 12 people that respond to you, you're really investing in them. And then they usually.
Yeah. I was going to say this cool new thing I started this week. So when someone says, yes, I'm interested, then I kind of have I follow the invite process, but basically like I start with asking them, hey, is it cool if I ask you a few questions? Because I really try to make this group fit the needs of the individuals. And then that way I can kind of give you a recommendation and you can tell me if this is a good fit or not. So they'll say yes. We'll talk about their fitness. We'll talk about their nutrition. And then I'll tell them like what the group entails. That's when I'll mention Shakeology for the first time. I'll tell them like what they're going to get from me. And if they're like, yes, I like that, then I'll have them watch a video of a possible workout that I've picked out for them. And then I'll kind of go over, okay, if you like that, here's the total cost. This is what you're getting and all that stuff. But what I've been doing this last week is sending voice messages through Messenger intermittently throughout the conversation. So when I ask them about what they're eating, I ask them, tell me specifically, what are you eating for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks? And how many times a week are you eating out or grabbing snacks and meals on the go? When they respond to that, I send them a voice message back. Because usually they're telling me that they're not eating well or something, and I just want to let them know, hey girl, I totally have been there before. Don't feel bad about this, but I'm so excited to plug you into this community where we can help give you that support to make those changes. And I can definitely, I'm just building confidence through my voice messages, which is, again, connecting with them so much more. And I started doing this last week, and I got multiple messages from people in the middle of our conversation saying, by the way, thank you so much for taking time to talk to me.
Yes.
I'm kind of making a sale and they're thanking me for it. It shows that I'm making connections with them.
Because people are hungry for connection, and they hear your voice, and when they reply, they're like, oh my God, they'll say, oh my God, thank you for the voice memo.
Yes.
I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
And by the way, can I point out something else? You are actually, it sounds from what you're saying, you are using the 5-step script.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. But it's personalized so that it's not like, thank you. These are the challenge requirements, and you have to, it sounds like you're doing all those things, but it's just flowy and natural. Okay. Go on.
And the other thing too, random, I've been asking people if it's better for me to text them or to Facebook message them right off the bat, because some people won't get back to you because they don't have Messenger on their phone, or ask them if email's better. All those kind of things have been really helping those conversations continue to go. And then I'm real with them. If I have to stop talking to them because I have to go take my daughter to the bathroom, I'll say that. And it just connects with them because they know that I'm a real person. So whatever it is, it's okay to let the conversation die. If you're like, hey, I got to go run and my husband wants to watch a movie with me. Are you cool with that? Can I message you tomorrow? That shows you're a real person.
Yes, and it doesn't make you look so darn hungry for the sale. It's like, listen, I got to go. Okay, dinner's ready. My husband's going to get annoyed if I don't get off Facebook right now, Yeah. See, I'm in love with you. And the reason is, we're doing, not because I'm in love with myself, but we're doing the same things, which means that this works, you guys. It works. Okay.
Right. Exactly. Okay. So back to this. So that's people who've been liking and commenting my post. Then there's the people that I love, just getting in a conversation, getting to know someone when you're going through the form process of talking about their family, their occupation, recreation, all that kind of stuff. I love talking about what I used to do before I had kids. Or, even when I wasn't a mom, you ask people what they do. So I've built a relationship with them. And then I say, oh yeah, what do you do? And we're able to start that conversation. And then when they ask what I do, I say, not everybody asks, but sometimes they do. I said, I was a math teacher for 5 years, but I wanted something I could stay home with. Now I'm an online health and fitness coach, and I help moms and other ladies get back in shape after babies for the first time. I run online communities where I share and teach meal planning, help with portion control, fitness, and most importantly, provide a fun, supportive environment where my ladies can find encouragement and motivation to stick with their programs and hit their goals. Then I also have several others who are doing the same thing, and I mentor them as they build their business. Best personal accountability ever, and I truly love it.
Okay,
And
so what you just did right there is you talked about obviously what you do, but you also basically presented them the business opportunity. Like you opened up, you planted that seed.
Yeah. So a lot of times people will be like, oh, that's cool. And sometimes the conversation will just totally move on from there. And sometimes they'll be like, oh, cool, I've been meaning to get back in shape, or cool, I've been looking for a stay-at-home mom job, or something like that. And a lot of times I'll say, well, hey, if you're interested, I have a group going this month if you'd like to join us. And so right off the bat, if they say yes, then I'm able to kind of start the conversation there. If they're like, oh yeah, I've been looking for a stay-at-home mom job, then I can kind of get into that conversation with them about coaching. And, my team has webinars that they can watch for that. So, but it's always opening up that door. And people love talking about what they do for work. It's not even that hard of a conversation to get people into. So I found that's really nice with that. And the other thing is I'll skip down to this one. If I'm in a conversation with someone and I can't transition it to health and fitness, and I'm like, oh, this is going nowhere. Sometimes I'll let the conversation die, and I'll say something like, hey girl, thanks so much for chatting with me. It's really fun. I gotta go do some dishes, but I'd love to catch up with you later. And then we'll talk later. I'll bring up a conversation again. And then I'll just kind of out of the blue say, oh, by the way, I'm sorry I didn't invite you last time we talked, but if that Mama Fitness Nutrition Accountability sounded like something you'd be interested in, I have another one starting this month. So I had already told her what I did for work. She didn't bite at all. I came back, complimented her on some other thing that I'd seen on her newsfeed, and we're starting again. And that's just kind of an out of the blue invite, but we had still developed a relationship. So
totally. That is brilliant. I have a question for you too. Okay. Let's say somebody likes your posts, and then you start with the script, and then, you go back and forth. Like, how long do you communicate before you actually invite them?
Yeah, yes. I think it's good to do it within a few days if possible, because the longer it drags out, the harder it is to invite somebody for some reason. I don't know.
Totally agree.
So, and I tell my coaches too, like if you're talking to somebody who just doesn't click with you, and like they're only one word responses back and forth, and you're just like, I just don't feel like I'm catchy. Like we're not on the same vibe. Like I say, that's okay. Like you don't have to invite somebody that's going to be like pulling teeth and nails on that. Like you can move on to somebody else too. So I don't say you have to invite every single person that you ever talk to, but don't be afraid to do the invite when you're in this great conversation. Like, oh, I'm afraid this is going to mess up the relationship. It's not. If you genuinely care about them, they can say no. Okay. It's just like your best friend saying, hey, do you want to go out to pizza tonight? You're like, no, thanks. Like you're not mad at them. So
totally. By the way, Carl just texted back, and he said, and please, while you're on the call, thank your team for me. Nobody gets a superstar diamond without having a superstar team.
Aww, that's sweet.
You guys freaking rock. Okay.
Very cool. Okay, so my last one was so if I'm doing invites, or my new coaches are doing invites after they've done their first new coach announcement or challenge group kind of call out, that's a great time to be inviting people. So maybe you're reconnecting with old friends because that's who's on your friend list. And you can kind of out of the blue say, oh, by the way, I don't know if you saw on my page the other day, but, or if you've been following me lately, but I've been working on being more healthy and working out and such over the last so-and-so, you mean years. And then say a little bit about, hey, I'm a fitness coach now, and this is what I'm doing. Anyways, I don't know if you're interested, but I've got a group coming up, and your name just kind of popped into my head as somebody who might really fit into this community well. And just say, does that sound like something you'd be interested in? And so that's, again, another reason, if you're consistently posting on social media, you can refer back to your posts. Even if people haven't seen it, you can say, oh, I don't know if you saw. You can say those kind of things because it's out there. So if you're not posting on social media 3 times a day, then it's really hard to reference, the results.
And I think that is a huge, and I feel like a parrot saying this over and over, but I think it's a huge thing that coaches overlook. They're not talking about coaching. So of course it's going to be totally awkward to bring coaching up in conversation because they have no idea what coaching is. But if you make coaching part of your daily, like pretty much daily life, then it's like, oh, I don't know, it's word for word, and I've been doing what you've been saying there forever. Like, I don't know if you saw my thing, but.
Yeah. And then it's not awkward because it's the same thing as saying, I don't know if you saw that I went out to this restaurant with my husband last night, but it was really good. You need to go check it out. It's literally the same.
Totally. And don't your Facebook friends, like my friends are like, did you see yesterday what I posted? Or you guys will say that to me. I'm like, no, like I have 5,000 friends and like 1,000 notifications every hour. I don't like see things, unless I'm like looking for them. So
yeah.
Okay.
So there's nothing that's like it. Super, super simple. But just deciding to do it. I think that's the biggest reason why it's taken me so long to grow my business is because I would go through stages of, I don't need to do this today. I don't need to do this today. Or I'm not getting results. And when I started doing this every single day, no excuses, like doing this and doing my invites every day. The invites are literally, if you don't invite people, your business will fail. Like people don't just come to you randomly. It's not going to work. So that's when I figured that out. It's like, okay, then I need a system and I need a way to do this. And this is simple and it's personal. And I don't ever get people that like get mad at me. They say no, but they're never like rude about it. So.
And what's the worst thing that could happen?
Right.
They say no. And also don't make assumptions. Yesterday, I messaged someone reminding them that the day before yesterday that we had a little challenge group running. And then she said, no, not right now. I'll get back to you in a few months. And I could have read into it, but I was just like, sure, no problem. Just know that you're already part of this group. And, I just wanted to connect with you. How are you? Like, I just didn't take it personally. And then she wrote back and then she said that her mother's actually dying and that she was preoccupied with not being able to get to her in time. And she's like, thank you so much for caring. I mean, stuff like that. It's like, we make all these, I know, don't cry. Like we make all these assumptions about people, that they're this, they're that, but it's like, you can't assume, just pour yourself into people. But one of the things I really love that you said is, it's okay. You said this several times. It's okay if you guys don't vibe. It's okay if you don't like connect. You should not feel like you have to beg people. Okay. So I have an assistant and my assistant was like, so-and-so, I can't tell if she's a coach or she's not a coach. And I was like, girl, just give it up. Like, with this particular person, it's not that I'm giving up on them. It's just that I've probably messaged them for 2 years and they never actually commit. And so after a while, it's like, do I want to work with a person like this who never commits to anything? No. So I'm just like, if she wants to do something, great, but I'm done chasing. I don't want to chase.
Yes. So good.
This was amazing. Give thumbs up if you so enjoyed this call. And Woody, I see that you're on the call. I have a new assistant, which is not new. I don't know if I've ever told her that you should be Woody and not your other name. But I'm glad I didn't.
That's actually a different Woody. That's my new coach.
That's so funny. Okay, pretend I was talking.
That's
to you.
okay.
That is so funny. But anyway, what an amazing job you did, Mary. Thank you so much. And I just put it down in my notes to just use this script because it was amazing. I hope that you guys will wait. Where is the script? Can you post the script as well?
Yeah, I think you shared it in the Empire a while ago, but I don't know if you put it in the file section. So I'll do that. And if you guys want to, because it's a Google Drive doc, so just like make a copy of it if you edit it, because I'm sure you're not moms. So, but don't change my copy because then I would.
Well, no, make sure that it's not editable.
Oh yes, I forgot about that. But
you better make sure because people.
I'll do it.
Stuff by mistake. So do that right away before.
Okay.
All right. Thank you again. This was amazing.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Let's apply it, you guys. Bye.